is, when you come back to City Hall, if you turn in your sheet and you check the boxes or something, we could give them, a free, ice cream cone at, Dairy Queen or whatever. We can, the MTV or something, we can have a gift certificate or some sort of thing. Just try and make it a positive rather than a negative. Oh, this is terrible, it's a horrible. Let's turn the Halloween into something that's actually better than it was last time. So that's one option. Another option I've thought about doing is trying to reach out to some of these companies like golf carts for fun and see if they'd loan us some golf carts and see if we could then have people on golf carts. And because you can put a family on one golf cart, and then you can kind of go about your business.
Kind of like a hayride.
It's like a smaller version of the hayride.
No hay on them.
But just kind of, I want to have Halloween. We're going to have Halloween. It's been a crappy year, and we're going to turn it into something good. But instead of kind of, moaning about the fact that, there's going to be less candy, why don't we flip it upside down and say, here are the places where people are really committed. They're going to make sure it's safe, and, they want you to come, and just go to these, and, I'll do it. I think people will step up and say, look, but at the same time, I don't want the elderly, if they're scared, they don't want to do it, that's fine. That's perfectly acceptable. So, maybe if we do it this way, then they won't get people knocking on their doors, because, it kind of is a win-win, right? We can identify those that don't want you as well as people that are, and I think it's easier for me, if I'm going to stay in my house, for me to wear a mask when I open the door and hand the candy out rather than having a kid expect him to wear a mask and have his hands jumping into the, to the thing. It's kind of like have best practices for the adult and let the kid be a kid. But this is the first shot at this. I want you guys to brainstorm, come up with some ideas. But this is kind of the way I'm leaning is toward, for sure, the hayride's out.
So I was thinking about this when I saw on the agenda, right? And if we, as a governmental body, right, I think our job is to make sure we eliminate the social distancing, which is the hayride, right, which is what we're doing. Fine, great. In terms of getting an idea of who's comfortable, who's not with Halloween, what about, doing something small where we have, our color system or something like that this month? That that gives us an idea of the volume, right? Where, hey, if you want to participate, you can we'll put a little green stick, right? It guides kids, number one, to those properties and eliminates the whole thought that, I really have to think about leaving my lights on or off, or, it'll be stake driven. We have people pick them up, this month or whatever. We'll try to figure out how many of those houses. I think you'll be surprised at how many people may or may not participate, right? And then it's up to the individual people at their houses, how much they.
Well, I like to stay away
right with the mask, not mask, whatever it means, right?
Well, I like that because my original thought was some way to identify it. I was thinking of a map, but I think that's a good idea because we have people that come from out of the area, right? And then they're not here at 7 o'clock or when it's 6, whatever it is. They show up a few minutes late.
Yeah.
But I think if there was a green, some sort of sign or something next to your driveway, right? If it's green, it means it's good. I don't know if we have to have red. Basically, green means good. And if
you only need that.
You only need green, right?
Or you just at the point of the light. Now we're just making things complicated. I agree. We should have Halloween, but isn't the point of the light to signal this house is good, this house is bad?
I don't
automatically. How many people have
we've done it every year with the hayride, so we'll make this year different.
People what?
But
we do it every year with lights with the hayride, so it makes a difference. The only thing we're eliminating is the hayride, but people should still just turn on their light. I still think a lot of people in the village are going to do it. Personally, that's what I think. Vibe from people around the neighborhood. So really, we're just eliminating the hayride, which is fine because you want to, whatever. But I think the light thing should be okay. You guys think we need something more than lights?
Well, the only thing I know, for instance, if I'm at home late, I don't
every year that come. I'll flip off my lights at 9:15 or something. You'll still have kids who show up at 9.
Well, because they started walking down your driveway at 8:45.
They're not coming in contact with the person in the house. So the kids happen to go to a house that the people don't want them. Well, it's the same as any other year. They just don't answer the door, right? It's the same concept. But I see what you're doing. I'm fine with the stakes. Are people going to go out of their way to get the stakes or signs?
I think a visual sign in somebody's yard directs the kids, right? Now you don't have a trailer pulling and kind of guiding kids. And then number two, it gives us a little more, comfort that we're putting something visual out front and preventing people from running into people's yards if they're uncomfortable.
Well, the other thing is, what I was thinking about was, is basically like trying to get it where if you're going to give out candy and you want us to have the kids come there, you got to be the adult then. You got to agree. Basically, like, what I want you to do is say, yes, I'll hand the candy out. So it's my hand on it, not a bunch of kids rifling through there trying to find they want the Milky Way bar and not the Twix. Basically, like, you're going to agree to follow good practices, kind of. I get some sort of commitment from you. And then I find them and putting some sort of notice to say that you said you're going to be, follow good practices, then I have no problem putting something that says, go there. If you say, I'm not committing to anything, you can leave your lights on, but, if you don't want to go there, you have the option as a parent to say, you know what, that person, they didn't say they would, that's kind of what, maybe I am overthinking it, but, we've got.
And I think the golf cart idea is a nice idea for people that don't have golf carts. The problem is how many you get, how do you determine that, and then some get them, but some don't. Like, how would that work?
I think you just try, anything beats nothing. It's kind of like, just see if you.
Well, I'll tell you this too, the golf carts with 4 people on them, if they're battery powered, don't last all, but, going up and down these hills will last you an hour and a half maybe. They fizzle out pretty quick with the weight and if you got multiple people. So that's something else to consider. But I don't think it's a bad idea.
I mean, I like some sort of external signal so that people that are outside know.
I guess if parents were nervous about the people answering the door, the sign would tell them we agreed to mask up and all that stuff.
Well, that's because my impression was people I didn't talk to a lot of them. But my concern was that some of the parents said they weren't going trick-or-treating. They're just not doing it because they don't want to bring their kids out.
Yeah, there's different levels of fear out there.
I think if you're bringing your kid trick-or-treating, your concern level is probably less than other people. So,
that's true.
I don't think they care as much about that person. I don't think they need a commitment from that person to have a mask on and wear gloves and all that.
And you're right. The people that are going to take them are going to take them anyway. It just might encourage some people who weren't going to take their kids trick-or-treating if they had a commitment from those people that have those posts out there that we're going to mask up and we're going to pass it up. Maybe some more kids would get to go.
But then you could deter adults if they say, I'm not doing that. I'm not committing to wear a mask or wear gloves or whatever it is. Then you could lose.
I don't necessarily.
Well, they can still leave their light on, and
this is a personal
wanted to take
right. It's a personal choice at the end of the day. You're eliminating the hayride, which is the function of the town. At the end, the rest of it, if we do the signs, our due diligence, it becomes up to the household, the parents, the kids, whatever else. How if they mask up, if they leave their bowl out front, that's.
But wouldn't it be
up to the kid or the parent?
Isn't this one of those areas where a big town, can't do this? We're so small that we can actually, as a small town, could we try and go above and beyond and say, here's what we're going to do to try and make Halloween even more safe above and beyond. We're actually going to ask people if they will, if they will do this thing voluntarily, and then we'll signal it, some sort of signaling mechanism. And we don't have to do it.
Yeah, but how come you think that other towns can't do it? Halloween, besides our hayride, which is a specialized hosted thing from the town, most towns, it's not a paid-for event, right? It's citizens of the town turning on their lights, buying the candy themselves, and other parents allowing their kids to go around. So there is no town involvement. So can someone really cancel it for a town, 7, 8 o'clock?
But
Major cities.
a little upgrade, say, okay, you're not allowed to hand out Halloween, you're not allowed to hand out candy unless you wear a mask. They don't have the ability to say, these houses are gonna do above and beyond, and these houses, they don't have the ability to enforce that or even try and hand out.
Yeah, even create
They can't even create like a safe house thing. They don't have the mechanism to do it. We're so small that, I mean it's good. I'm just, again, maybe I overthink stuff, but I think we would be noteworthy. I think people would appreciate it if you went out for Halloween and we said, look, certain houses have got green flags on the edge of their driveway. There's green flags, and those people have said they want you to come. They're going to be, whatever, but they're going to go extra because they want you to come. That's kind of cool. I mean, nobody else is going to do that. We're going to be the only city that actually is going to try and do Halloween safe, yet still have kids do. Anyway, I've talked too much. Think about it. Nothing's cast in stone. If you want, I'll write something in the mayor's letter, try and gauge some sort of, are you going to go? Actually, I can put something in the mayor's letter. Say, look, just, are you going to go if you're a parent? Are you going to give it out if you're staying home? What's the general?
That's why the stake will help. If you put in the mayor's letter, hey, we're going to get these green flags or green stakes or happy Halloween signs or whatever it may be, and then if you plan on passing out candy, come to town hall and get one. That will give you an idea of how many households you've got that's participating. That would, for next meeting, allow us to gauge, hey, we've got 5 houses, right? Or we have an abundance of houses Halloween to go.
Okay.
So you want to know how many before you purchase stakes?
Well, I'm going to try and gauge the interest because, I mean, we just need to.
Yeah, and maybe we're wrong, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of interest, but you never know. Don't know.
I think there probably will be.
Yeah, that's my feeling, but you just don't know.
Well, we got 2 new cases this week.
In Lakewood?
Yes. At opposite ends. So they're on opposite ends of town. So I don't know whether that's good news or bad news. Okay, well, anyway, so I appreciate it. Just keep brainstorming, and because we're not canceling Halloween, no chance.
No.
Everyone's on board with that, right?
All right. Okay, so we are now going to recess. Any good? Okay, we're going to recess in executive session. According to Texas Government Code 55101. Town recess and executive session, discuss the following: 5510712, Texas Government Code, conflicts with town attorney matters of duty, of the attorney governmental body with rules of special conduct, conflicts with this chapter, receive legal advice, development agreement, development and zoning standards. Texas Government Code with conflicts with town attorney regarding pending or contemplated litigation, town Lakewood Village versus Patterson Professional Services. Texas Government with personnel matters. Texas Government Code with deliveries about real property regarding Sam Hill, Sanctuary at Sunset Cove, and 5511087. To wit, Government Code Economic Development negotiating Sam Hill Ventures Sanctuary at Sunset Cove.